Good morning, Kimberly Panthers. This is Mr. Sally welcoming you to another exciting week of virtual and in-person learning at Kimberly Elementary School, where we strive to build hope in action, belief in action, success in action. During homeroom, students should quickly finish their breakfast and ensure that they have all their materials for learning. Instruction will begin promptly at 8 a.m. for both our in-person and virtual students. Looking at our weather for the week of March 22nd through the 26th, it looks like most of the week will be sunny with a little bit of clouds, but we'll have some rain and storms coming in on Wednesday and Thursday, with highs in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Here are some reminders of some expectations for our virtual learners for a successful time. One, make sure that you get out of bed daily for school. Find a table to sit at that is clean and organized, and find a quiet place for learning. Sitting in the midst of all of your family during virtual learning is not a good idea. Keep your technology charged and store technology in a safe place when not in use. For our in-person learners, make sure first and foremost that you are here on time each and every day. Our building opens as early as 7:30 a.m. for our learners who are coming back face to face. And we welcome back our boys and girls who are coming back for the first time here on Monday, the 22nd. You want to wear your mask daily that covers both your nose and your mouth. You want to maintain social distancing in classrooms, hallways, and the cafeteria, and use only your own supplies. Do not share them with others. And most importantly, do not come to school sick. Looking at our weekly rotation, Monday is a specials day 1, Tuesday specials day 2, Wednesday, of course, is asynchronous, Thursday is specials day 3, and Friday is specials day 4. We are still in the midst of finishing up our STAR testing, which will end on April 2nd. We have surveillance testing this Tuesday, as always, at 7:30 to 9:30, and we need all of our boys and girls to get surveillance testing. So if your parent has not returned your form, do it now. We have Wednesday as an asynchronous learning day, and our teachers will be participating in our APS staff vaccination event. There's also a thorough cluster community conversation taking place from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Virtually. So parents, if you have not registered for that, you can still find the link on our school website in our calendar. This coming Thursday is report card day. Spring break takes place April 5th through the 9th, and then virtual learning for all students that week after spring break, April 12th through the 16th. Our IB learner profile for the month of March is thinker. It's a person who exercises initiative in making reasoned, ethical decisions, meaning we don't just act willy-nilly, we actually are thoughtful in our actions and in our words. Our students of the month for the month of February, which was communicator for the boys and girls whose teachers turned in their names by the deadline, are from Dr. Gates' class, Jordan, from Miss Jones' class, Jaya, from Miss Cribb, Hamina, from Miss Jones' class in 3rd grade, Isaiah, in Miss Rogers' class, Jalen, in Miss Selby in 4th grade, Aaliyah, Smith Drew's class, Chance, Dixon Martin, Jemiah, in Mr. Brown 5th grade, Kendrick, and in Miss Smith's multi-age class, Cameron. Congratulations to those boys and girls who exemplified the learner trait of communicator during the month of February. Want to say happy birthday to the following Kimberly Panthers who are celebrating their birthdays this week: Kamari on the 23rd, Brandis on the 24th, and Terrence on the 25th. Also, Miss Freeman, I'm sorry, that's a typo. It should be Miss Freeman, our band teacher, is celebrating her birthday on the 26th as well. Boys and girls, happy birthday to all of our Kimberly Panthers. And please, if you're in person, come to the office to get your birthday pencil. And now for a few announcements.
March is Women's History Month. It's a time we set aside to honor women's contributions in science, business, sports, social movements, and so many other fields. For centuries in America, women's contributions in these fields were often overlooked. As a result, they were omitted from history. That's why we celebrate Women's History Month and the opportunity it gives us all to get a more complete picture of our American history. It's important that we use times like this to teach new generations about those women we all know, like Rosa Parks, whose refusal to surrender her seat to a white passenger on a bus helped launch the effort to end racial segregation in America. Like Susan B. Anthony, an abolitionist who became one of the leading figures in the movement to gain the right to vote for women. And like Claire Booth Luce, the first American woman appointed to a major ambassador post. This month also gives us an opportunity to learn about those women whose names we don't know as well. Like Alice Ball, an African-American chemist who in the early 20th century developed the first successful treatment for leprosy, a debilitating disease that once left its victims ostracized from society. And like journalist Nellie Bly, who posed as a mental patient in 1887 to go undercover in a women's mental asylum in New York City to expose the terrible conditions patients were subjected to. Her report led to lasting institutional reforms in mental health care. And like chemist Stephanie Kwolek, who in 1965 created a lightweight and durable new fiber that later became Kevlar, which is used to create bulletproof vests and helmets that protect the lives of our law enforcement and military. Women have invented new medicines, fought as heroes on our battlefields, and enforced the laws in our communities. They led in the effort to end slavery. They have created businesses and built hospitals, and they fought to secure their own right to vote. Women have played pivotal roles in building this country. The United States wouldn't be the economic superpower and the world's beacon of liberty without their contributions. On the home front, on the war front, and in the workplace, women have served and shaped our great nation. That's why Women's History Month is such an important opportunity for us to pause and honor their profound contributions. As we recognize them, let's also honor the everyday women who make our families, communities, economy, military, and nation so strong. The Heritage Foundation is deeply proud to honor them all, not only during Women's History Month, but indeed every day of the year.
Thank you. Also want to remind all of our parents and our boys and girls to make sure that you are entering in your symptoms each day on our daily health screening app called Health Check. This app should have by now be downloaded on all of your parents' phones. So that way each morning before you get up and come to school in person, so this is for our in-person learners, before you come to school in person, you should be putting in your symptoms on the app to identify whether or not you should come to school or not. There's a special code for each grade level, as you see on the screen. And we were going to send home those flyers this past week on Thursday, but because of the inclement weather day, they were not sent home. So those flyers should be going home this week, Thursday, in our Thursday folders, so that way our parents who did not get an opportunity to sign up yet can. Most of our families should have gotten an email from the district or either from Health Check itself asking you to sign up for and download the app. If you have not done so already, please do so. This is a requirement for all of our in-person students in Atlanta Public Schools, most importantly for the 165 students that we'll have coming present each and every day at Kimberly Elementary School. Report card day is this week, Thursday, March the 25th. Report cards will be available in the parent portal for third quarter. Please be sure, boys and girls, that you are present for class or school daily. Students with low average daily attendance cannot pass their classes, and that's not a punishment for not coming to school. It's a punishment for not doing the work that cannot be done if you're not in class or you're not coming to school. Be sure you are completing all of your assignments on time and submitting them. Be sure you are studying for your quizzes and tests. A failure to be able to connect is not a failure to be able to do the work. It's a failure on your part to be to contact your teacher and make sure that you're able to get the work done. And it's a failure on our parents' fault for not ensuring that we're getting our kids to school. Students who fail two or more of their core classes are subject to retention, and that's if you fail ELA, math, science, or social studies. Failure notices and parent meetings are being held now. This is a reminder for our students who are just now coming back, and for those parents, we use a tool called CurbSmart, which is our automated dismissal process. All students are provided a car tag for display on car review mirrors. Staff will enter the tag numbers as parents arrive in the parking lot. We're asking that all parents who are picking up students from school stay in your car. Do not park your car and get out and walk up to the door. That is not allowed. Parents will be sent back to their car. We will not call for your child. Teachers will have the CurbSmart projecting on a Promethean board in their classroom. And as students' names appear when it's time for them to be dismissed, those students will be dismissed from the classroom. Students will be dismissed from class when their name appears. Bus riders will be dismissed the same way. Parents should sign up for CurbSmart to make transportation changes easily and to add pictures of people authorized to pick up their child. You can go to www.curbsmart.net. Our school code is 9547. You can also download the app and sign up within the app, also utilizing the school code of 9547. Also, for those boys and girls who are starting to come back to school on Monday, we use Here Comes the Bus from our transportation department. This is an opportunity for our parents to find out where that bus is. It's a bus tracking app. You want to download the Here Comes the Bus app or visit herecomes.thebus.com. You can click the sign up button and enter the school code of 87794. You want to complete your user profile, and under My Students, click Add Student and enter the student last name and the student ID number. If you don't know your child's ID number, you can get that number from the parent portal, or you can email your teacher directly for that number. Again, this is another opportunity for APS to bridge the gap between the known and the unknown, and have you have an opportunity to know where your child's school bus is in the morning and in the afternoon. Be reminded that any of our boys and girls who are 8 and under must have an adult at the bus stop to greet the bus in the afternoons. Otherwise, that child will be brought back to school and the parent will be required to come up to the school to pick the child up. Should that happen multiple times, the child will be removed from the school bus privilege and parents will have to transport their child back and forth to school. APS is utilizing a COVID-19 self-reporting form for both staff and students. Students who are exposed to or test positive for, or staff members who are exposed to or test positive for COVID-19 should complete this survey at the following link: tinyaps.com/? COVID student form or COVID staff form, depending upon your designation. You should also make sure that you're calling the school and speaking with the school nurse if you are a student, or staff member should speak directly with the school principal for any exposure or positive cases. Weekly COVID-19 nasal swab surveillance testing happens every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. for all of our staff and students at Kimberly Elementary School. Parent consent forms have been sent home. Please make sure that you fill those out and send them back. You only have to do it one time so our students can get tested each week and we can ensure that we're keeping all of our students and staff safe from COVID-19. And now for a few words of wisdom. Every day, we are faced with many decisions. The choices we make affect not only us, but those around us, and those around us. It's like throwing a pebble into a still pond. Our choices ripple out into the world in ways we don't always understand. William James, great American philosopher, says, "Live by yes and no. Yes to everything good, no to everything bad." Well, how do we know what's good and what's bad? How do we know right from wrong? First, we listen to the advice of our teachers, parents, and grandparents, or perhaps our faith leaders. And second, we listen to our hearts. The next time you're trying to make an important choice in life, be still, turn off the radio and the TV, turn off the video games and CDs, sit, listen, and as Jiminy Cricket says, Let your conscience be your guide. With something to think about, this is Mr. Sally. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. This concludes the weekly announcements. Be sure to be actively engaged in your live face to face or virtual sessions starting at 8 a.m. daily. We are Panthers who roar, respect others, own responsibility, always safe and ready at all times.